Hey everybody, long time no see. My power supply died. I didn't feel like making videos on my laptop because that's just one screen, and I didn't feel like taking crap apart with my desktop until I needed to replace the power supply. So I wasn't running multiple monitors with my laptop, and now I'm back because I finally got a power supply. So I wanted to introduce you to what I've been working on behind the scenes while I've been gone from YouTube. It's called TextTuned. And also, one thing before I forget, this is going to be my product pitch. Fair warning. I'm sponsored now somehow. It's called Dubby Energy Drink. I'll leave a coupon code in all my video descriptions. I think you get like 40 or 50% off your order. So go check it out. Stuff's delicious. Anyway, yeah. So here we are with TextTuned. Now, what is this? Everybody that I talk to about this, like I've posted it in some indie dev game groups, I've posted it in some other Discords I'm a part of. Everybody loves the idea of this. And what it basically is a Discord bot that is running 24/7. And if you remember like the mid to late 2000s, it was popular to find like text-based adventure games where you would like level up and do things that are math based and you had a chance of failure, or like, Oregon Trail style. Like you might have died of dysentery. So anyway, this is a play on one of those. It's like a text-based automotive adventure game. And your whole goal is to just build your garage, race other racers, build your cars, similar to a visual racing game, but everything is math-based as far as like the racing and the way you do things. So instead of just sitting here going over this changelog, I'm going to go through all the sections of the Discord, starting at the bottom with the grind zone, and just work my way up. So I called it the grind zone because obviously sometimes you need to grind in a game to make money or do this or do that. So grind zone is what's for it's for things called odd jobs. Odd jobs is a feature where if you do get jobs, you get a little pop-up and it tells you your jobs that you can do. So you can pick from one of these. So what you basically do is you do start job, and the job name, you just type it in. So what it basically tells you is the job takes 2 to 4 hours. You can earn 34 credits per hour, and you get 21 to 33 EXP from completing the job. So we're going to do crash cleanup crew. And I think right now it's 45 seconds equals an hour. So it does it pretty quickly because I want to do this in a testing sort of way and make sure everything is working. So you can see it's going to take actually just about 3 minutes to complete. I'm going to probably change it to 60 seconds equals 1 hour or something like that. And maybe later on when we start growing a community for this, I'll change it to probably like 5 minutes or something like that. And, we'll balance things out when that time comes. But that's basically what odd jobs is. And then you can, you sit here, you earn your money. As you can see, I have 2,000 credits. I am going to earn in total 160 credits from this job and 26 EXP. And my new EXP total is 2240. So that's basically odd jobs. And the way odd jobs works as well is it scales. So there's a total of 40 jobs total. If you're between level 1 and level 10, you will always get tier 1 jobs. If you are 11 through 19, you will get tier 1 and a mix of tier 2. Then, etc., a mix of tier 1, 2, and 3. And then tier 4, and I think there's a tier 5 that's only 3 jobs, but those jobs pay like 500 an hour. Something ridiculous like that. So that's the first really cool thing here. Events, I haven't programmed yet. I haven't worked on this yet. This is something I want to work on potentially tonight, but I think tonight I'm going to work on PvP because I haven't even started it. So let's go straight up to used car lot. This is exactly what you think it is. It is a player-driven used car lot, and I freaking love that I was able to make this work. So what this basically is you can sell a car. So you can go like, what is it? UCL. Load UCL. So you do that, and right now there's currently no cars on the UCL. So I can do like sell car. Oh, I need a car ID. That's right. So what you need to do there is garage, get garage. So that gets my current garage. Let's say I wanted to sell that 1991 Dodge Dakota, and we'll go over all the cars here in a minute. I can do /sell car. Car ID is number 9. It's the number that's in the little bracket here. 9. And then price, I'm going to sell it for $10,000. Oh, that car is currently rented out? No, it's not. Shouldn't be. Garage Flex. Cancel rental. Oh, cancel listing. Cancel rental. Car ID 9. Holy crap, it was accidentally rented out for this long. Whoops. I'll have to figure that out. Well, now I can sell it. So sell car 9, price 10,000. And now that car is posted for sale. So what we can do is load UCL. And I need to uniform a lot of these postings. But as you can see, it gives you a posting ID, which is 10,001. It's a 91 Dodge Dakota short bed that I can't spell bed, apparently. It tells you the horsepower. It tells you who's selling it, the price. And eventually I want to add things like make an offer. And it'll send you a message and saying, hey, you got an offer for your car or something like that. But you can also cancel your listing. So like cancel listing. And then you do 1. And now that car is canceled. So I have other cars that are in the rental. I'll explain rentals in a second. But yeah, this is my garage. We'll go over all the cars in a minute. Dealership is another really cool feature. So dealership is dealership. And it loads a random inventory for you. It tells you how many credits you have, which, wow, I need to put a limit on rentals. Note to self. But it'll basically tell you what cars are available. And what's really cool is right now I believe there's 24 cars in the game. 21 of the 24 cars I have owned in real life. 20 of them, actually, I believe. I haven't had a Honda Del Sol. The Ford Mustang, my girlfriend had a Ford Mustang coupe, so I put that in here. And yeah. So that's that, but you can actually dealership refresh, true. And you can get a new list of cars if you really want to. So like I've had this Prelude is in my garage right now. I've had one of these Saturns. These things are so rare to find now. Actually, you know what? We're going to buy a car. So buy car. ID, we're going to do 23. And so I just bought the Saturn SC2. Gained 42 experience. And now you can see get garage. I think it shouldn't let me do it here. Thought so. But that's basically how you buy a car. And there's a whole list of cars. I'm not going to spoil the entire list of cars. You've gotten a good look at what I have already. I do want to create different dealerships. So like there's going to be used car dealerships, new car dealerships, specific brand dealerships. Like there's the whole structure of how I want to do cars is going to be insane. But then there's Garage Flex, which you kind of already saw. So we can do my rentals. And we can see how many of my cars are out for rentals. I don't have any cars out for rentals right now. That's good. Are we sure about that? Cancel rental. Let's try every single one of my cars. Okay, that's not currently rented. But if I want to rent out a car, and I'll explain why I made this feature. We're going to do 2, and then can I really do just like an unlimited amount of time? Oh, that's ridiculous. I should not be able to do that. Okay. Whoopsie. So 3,000 rental hour is 10 minutes. So the car is out 1 minute. 1 hour equals 10 minutes. So that's going to be out for a while. But I'll be able to come back in like 3 days and just take it back. But if you want to do your garage flex, it's just get garage. And it does show your garage to everybody. I think I need to make that an optional thing so it doesn't just fill this up. I also really need to think about how it's going to display garages, and I need to learn how to do pages, because I don't have pages right now of like if I had 20 cars, for example, this would fill up with 20 cars and it would be a huge post taking up the whole screen. It would be a little ridiculous. There are some other things we can do too, like you can get your account info, so like get profile, get account info, and it'll tell you like your current selected car, how much money you have, what level you are, how many garage slots you have, jobs completed in that day, your account age. So this will kind of tell you how long I've actually been at this. This is when I created the first account in the database. Before that, I was only working on it for probably about 24 hours prior. So I've been working on this for about 11 days. It's been running. I decided to do a server stability check with how many features and stuff it has now. I wanted to do a server stability check and run it for like 4 or 5 days. The server has been running since last Friday. Or Saturday. Last Saturday or Sunday. It crashed, I think, on Tuesday morning because of a Discord API outage. And then it came back because I restarted it, and it's been running ever since, and now it's Friday. So I would say it's overly stable. It's great. And I'm ready to start adding new things to it again. So, but there's a bunch of things you can do in here. So drag PvP is going to be racing against other players, and they will actually get a notification like, hey, you have a race coming in. Do you want to accept or deny that race? And then that's how you'll race other players. There is like full-on weather effects and stuff like that. I'll explain that in a minute. I also need to create some kind of PvE racing. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but maybe what I'll do is I'll just make a bunch of fake NPCs with a bunch of NPC cars and go from there. I don't know. I think that's the best way to go about it. Instant race is a really cool feature that I really like. So instant race, you basically have your selected car. Let's say I want to change my selected car. I want to do the Saturn since I just bought it. So I'm going to do select /select my car, and we're going to do 13. So I now have selected the SC2. So within instant race, what I can do is /instant race. Opponent, I'm going to do, you can't race yourself. We'll do 92. And then from here, you select a distance. You can do quarter mile, half mile, or 1 mile. I'm going to do quarter mile. So you just do that. And then you can do a bet amount. Now, I only have a max bet of 100 on instant race because instant race, the other person doesn't have a choice. It's kind of a stupid idea. So you can really take advantage of this, which is not good. But we'll just say 1. And what you see here is you get your race results for the quarter mile. Me in the SC2, my reaction time was 0.06, my ET of 16.08, with a trap speed of 96.8 and a package time of 16.866, which is awesome. I gained 55 experience. James unfortunately lost, or 92 Civic. Whatever. And you can see it was at the desert strip. The weather was hot and dry. There are different weather effects, and I'm not going to spoil them, but there are things that are pretty extreme that are pretty funny. These do impact your race times, and these are not just random numbers. If you go into a quarter mile calculator and actually put in the data for a 1994 Saturn SC2, the whole 120 horsepower with such and such weight, it'll give you the real data back. It'll give you a very similar time. But because this is hot and dry weather, it actually impacts the car in a positive way. So I'm actually probably a tiny bit faster. And same with, the Honda Civic over here. But, it paid out 2 credits because I won, and it tells you the margin of win, which awesome. Now, there are leaderboards, which are really cool. An admin can manually refresh. Load leaderboard. Wait. What is the refresh LB? So I can refresh it. And what it does is it actually refreshes the ones that are already there. So you can see like my 500 Abarth is the fastest quarter mile car right now. It's the fastest half mile car and the fastest 1 mile car because it is the highest horsepower car that I think anybody in the game owns currently. But you can see other people have been running, like here's my Honda Civic, here's Bevan's Honda Civic, you know, Ganny's Honda Civic. Ganny does have another car, but he hasn't switched to it yet. I've been really slacking. I really need to make a proper write-up on how to play the game and how to use the commands, what the commands are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I just haven't had time. Well, I have had time, but it's going through and finding all the commands and writing them up and explaining how they work and what they do. It's kind of a nightmare, and I don't want to do it. But, yeah. So, other than that, there are a bunch of other things we could do. I have different user levels, like there's alpha testers, beta testers. There's a VIP for whenever I eventually add all that. One thing I do really want to show you, I'll do it under commands, is how I make a car. So you might be wondering, you have all these cars in the game and all this data for the cars. What is the data that you keep for a car? Create new car. I do the name, the engine name, the displacement, the horsepower, the peak RPM, the peak torque, the torque number, the number of cylinders, if it has turbo, supercharger, or nothing from factory, its weight, its curb weight in pounds, a rarity, and condition and price. So I kind of come up with everything myself. So like, let's make a car real quick. So we're going to add a Honda S2000 because I want to add something a little bit more expensive here, because if I just made $68,000, I need to find a way to use it. So we're going to do 2003 Honda S2000. Engine name is F20C. The displacement in liters. I get all this stuff from a website called automobile-catalog.com. Displacement is 2.0. Horsepower is 247 at 8,300. The torque is 161 at 7,500. Then we do cylinder count. It's a 4-cylinder. Forced induction is an A. The curb weight is, where is it? Automobile catalog. 2,734 pounds. Rarity, we're going to do rare. Yeah, that's fine. And then condition, we're going to do used because you can't buy them brand new anymore unless you get lucky on Bring a Trailer. And I like to grab my pricing based off of what I see them for on Facebook Marketplace. I'm kind of keeping the economy somewhat realistic. So like I see one on Facebook Marketplace right now for $19,900 with 73,000 miles on it. There's another one for $24,500. Another one for $32,000. So another way that I could do this as well is just Kelley Blue Book. Sometimes I like using that, and then I just add $10K like a actual car dealership would. So 2003 Honda S2000. We'll call it 50,000. There we go. And then, yeah, everything's fine here. We'll say it's gold. Sell my car. Next. We'll call it very good. Yep. And then on here, it tells me the price range is about 25,000. So I think that's actually what I'm going to set it to. So we're going to do 25,000. And then I just hit enter. That adds the Honda S2000 to the game. Now, if we go to dealership, if I do dealership, refresh true, it might let me do it. You can only refresh the dealership once every 2 hours. So I'm not going to be able to load up that car until about 2 hours from now when I can run another refresh command, which is okay. But I'm working on it. I think there's a lot of potential here with this project. There's a lot of people I've talked to that are really excited for this, and they think it's a really cool idea. So I'm hoping to be able to have PvP done very soon. Instant race, I might remove betting from entirely. I'm not sure yet. And I need to get with somebody to look over what the commands are and kind of decide how to make them more universal or more understood. Because I think doing something like get account info is really stupid. I should just do /profile. Like, honestly, doing it this way is really stupid. This is a programmer's mindset, not a designer's mindset. So I need somebody to help me out with that side of things, but, we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. But I'm going to work on some of this over the weekend. I'm going to get that PvP added. I want to get some sort of event system added. And I'm going to take the event system from my other bot that I've made for Auto Legends called Pitbot. I've been on a roll making Discord bots. It's insane. Anyway, but there's a whole bunch of stuff we can do here. It's going to be so cool. I think this has a lot of potential. I just need to go through and clean it up and make a write-up about all the commands and where to use them and how to use them and do all that jazz and make sure it's just secure overall. But I think we're in good standings here. I think this could be a very fun project, and I hope to play this with you guys sometime soon. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.